Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following the channel for a number of years, you'll know that it is very customary of me to disappear for a few months at a time and then come back out of the blue and post like a life updates video. So, in the spirit of that, here is my life updates video. I've been away from the channel for 3 months for a couple of really amazing reasons and a couple of not so amazing reasons. The main not so amazing reason is that I have separated from my fiance. That is a bit of personal news that it feels kind of weird to share with 10,000 of you almost. We're almost at 10,000 subs. I know there are a lot of YouTubers who have much, much bigger followings than that, but it's still weird to get up here and talk about a major thing that has happened in my personal life. So thank you all for your support and for being kind of like whatever this weird parasocial relationship is if you watch these videos. And I don't know who you are. So that's one thing that happened. It's all good. I really do think it was the right thing, but obviously that was difficult. The good news, though, is that I got very, very busy with 2 writing projects. So the first one was a reading that I did at the Dramatists Guild in New York of a show called The Opening. Here's a picture from it. There's the Dramatists Guild banner. This is in the Mary Rogers room at the Dramatists Guild. The cast was stacked. Our lead was Mike Cephalo, who I feel like has been, or Mike Cephalo, I think is how it's pronounced. He has been on Broadway in New York, New York, and he's been in The Band's Visit. He's fantastic. This is Heath Saunders, who's a legend of the New York theater scene. They were in the original cast of Great Comet of 1812 on Broadway, as well as in the Company revival. So we had this amazing stacked cast singing songs that I wrote with my collaborator Brooke DeSpirito. It was pretty awesome. It was an amazing experience. The show is called The Opening. It is loosely inspired by the chess cheating scandal of 2022. Where there was a top chess grandmaster who was accused of using a vibrating butt plug to receive Morse code communications from a supercomputer. This allegedly did not actually happen. He was not found guilty of this offense, but we were like, what if he was? So we wrote a musical about a teenage chess prodigy who feels so much pressure to win at chess that he puts a butt plug up his butt in order to cheat. A very silly idea for a musical, but there you have it. The other writing project that I've been working on is this. My show that I wrote called Tommyhods got a world premiere production at this tiny little indie theater in the East End of Toronto. This I have talked about a lot on the channel. If you were watching my weekly updates at the beginning of the year, I posted a lot of music from this show actually and talked about my thought process behind recording it and everything, or writing it down rather. So this is Tommyhods. It's loosely based on, again, a true story. There were these 2 boys who both went missing around the same time, and then one boy came home a year later, but both the mothers of the missing kids were convinced that this was their son. And I just think it's such a fascinating, fascinating story with so many layers about what it means to be a human being and what does truth really mean to us as humans, and how can we convince ourselves to believe something that is obviously not true just because we want to believe it so badly. So we got some fantastic, fantastic reviews from some of the best theater critics in Toronto. We got some really, really good archival footage. We had a film crew come in and film it. So once that archival footage is ready, you will be able to watch it either on Patreon or for, small, pay-per-view, toss us $5 or $10 to support the artists, and then you can just watch the whole show online. It is, when you are able to watch the show, when we have the archival footage figured out, I will let all of you know. Sign up for my mailing list if you want to be the first to know. But we don't know how that's going to happen yet. We're still working on that. The other thing that we're still working on with this show is a cast album. We are talking to some orchestrators. We are going to hopefully have a full band, a like 9-10 piece band with a 13-person cast in a recording studio and lay down a professional cast album of the full show, so you'll be able to listen to all the songs on Spotify and Apple Music. Again, sign up for the mailing list if you want to know when that happens. I'm so excited about that. Looking forward to the future. I start performances next week for Rooted, a musical poem by Joelle Blackman, who was in the original cast of Hadestown famously and is a absolute titan of Canadian musical theater. She is a legend, and she wrote this show, and she has 2 shows that are in the Fringe Festival in Toronto this year. I am music directing this one. We just had our Sits probe today. It was crazy. It's amazing. There's a string trio and piano and tracks. The sound design is done by the Tony Award winning sound design of Hadestown, Jessica Pass, I want to say is how to pronounce that last name. Jessica's amazing. She's been super nice and super helpful. The music sounds incredible. So if you're in Toronto, come check out Rooted, a musical poem. I'm music directing that. I'm also working on a couple other writing projects. Going to be going down to New York for Broadway Con. I'm helping out the Broadway Maven. David Benkoff is running a Broadway Con panel that I'm helping out with. So I'm really looking forward to that. Those are the life updates. Now that Tommy Rhodes is over, I should have a lot more time. And so I should be able to get back to the channel, posting all of that sweet music theory analysis that I know you're all subscribed for. No one subscribes to hear me talk about my life. You all subscribe to hear me talk about, music theory. And the Connector cast album just dropped, and I'm nerding out about the time signatures in that, so I'm sure you can expect a lot of Connector related music theory content on this channel. If that sounds like your vibe, hit me up, subscribe, you know what to do. I'll see you around. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.